Hi, welcome to another episode of the Quarantine Doodle Club. I'm your host, Mike Page. Today we'll be drawing a black-capped chickadee, which is one of the few birds that sticks around for the winters here in New England. Follow along step by step at home. I hope you enjoy drawing a black-capped chickadee along with me. Have fun, don't feel bad making mistakes, just keep going. To start our black-capped chickadee, I'm going to make a sort of a smushed rainbow shape for the top of his head. I'm actually having to restart this video because Winston and Charlie were barking quite a bit. Then I'm going to make a sideways letter V for its beak. I actually made this rainbow shape a little too smushed for where I just placed the beak, so I'm going to make it a little bit higher than that. And since this is a black-capped chickadee where the top part of the head is all going to be colored in anyway, guess what? That mistake doesn't even matter. No one will know. Except for you guys. Then at the back end of the beak, I'm going to do sort of little tiny scribbles like that, because there are feathers there. And then a line to separate the beak. And we'll do the bottom part of the beak a little bit darker than the top part.
Writing's not that.
Next I'm going to make her. Feathers coming down here. And some scribble feathers coming down like this. And across. That'll all get filled in dark. Next I'm going to do sort of the same thing, going pretty much straight across towards the back of that rainbow. And then an almost perfectly round eye. It's a little bit wide. Slightly football shaped, but almost round. And then put the dark pupil inside of that. And its whole eye is actually very dark. I'm doing this with pen, so it's going to be a little tricky. If you're using pencil, just shade slightly lighter for the rest of the eye. And then I'm going to scribble around its eye. This will all be dark. Then along the back side here, it's black towards the back here. I've got some bird calls on in the background here. My friend Ken was doing a live video a day or two ago, and he had live birds on in the background to break up the monotony of the sound of your living room. I thought that was pretty great. So thank you, Ken, if you're watching. Next I'm going to make its chest coming down here and its belly. And the overall shape I'm going to want to end up back here as like the base of the tail about back here. So now I'm going to come over here, start to make its wings. And there's a little bit of guesswork involved. You kind of have to go back and forth and figure out how you're going to get where you want to be. If you're working in pencil, it's a little bit easier. Some sort of scribbles down here to indicate the feathers. And then for the tail, we're just going to kick it out, make a long line. And kick it out a couple more times. Like that. And then we'll just connect these like that. then on its wing, I'm going to have, this is going to be one line of feathers. This will all be the regular body feathers. This area in here is where the actual like wing feathers begin. I don't think these are considered flight feathers. I think the flight feathers are the ones down here that are longer. But whatever these feathers are, presumably they're still very important to how the bird flies. Then the lines along this part of the wing are all going to be pretty much parallel to each other. So whatever you do for one, you're going to keep doing that. I'm going to jump over here. So there will be a bunch parallel to here, and then in here they're going to start altering a little. So I'll do these up here. These are the ones that are curved a little bit more. And then down here they're all going to be running parallel to each other. If you're coloring these in, you are basically only going to leave a thin white line where each of these feathers separates. Most of this will be black, like this, and you're just going to do this for all of these flight feathers here. Like that, and going all the way through all of those. Doing the same thing just like that. And thank you to everybody that's been sending me finished photos of how your drawings came out. I love seeing those. And thank you to those of you that have been very supportive of me the last week or so. I really appreciate it. And I hope you're all keeping busy and finding things to pass the time. Have a little fun while you're doing it. And then the last thing that he needs are 2 legs, or she. So I'm just kicking it out twice. That's actually only going to be 1 leg. I know I just said 2 legs, but that's only the first one. Then we're going to make a curved toe like that, with its little talon. And another curved toe coming out like this. And the back side is sort of like that. It's almost an S shape, I guess. And then for its back toe, same general idea. Chickadees are actually, some of you guys might even have an ornament that I've made for Christmas time with chickadees on it. That's one of my favorite ornaments to make. I love black-capped chickadees because they're one of the tough birds that weathers the winter around here, and I appreciate that. Plus, there's something about black-capped chickadees. They always look like they're having a pretty good day. Make each of the toes over here, and his back toe, and then he needs his talons here. Alright, so here's the black-capped chickadee that we drew. As you can see, I started it up here. That's when the dogs started barking. I had to restart the video because they were really getting after the dog next door. Whoops, it happens. But here's the black-capped chickadee that we saw through to completion. I hope you enjoyed following along. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for another episode of the Quarantine Doodle Club. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.